welcome out to West Lawrence High School. We're here with head baseball coach Brian Brown. Good to be able to come out and talk to you, Coach Brown.
Oh, yes, sir. Glad you guys come out here.
Yeah, and it's good. It's a perfect time of year, obviously, because here you are, all the hard work you've been doing, a little bit into preseason, now you're into the season. You just came off a huge win against Veterans.
Man, what you talking about? That was a playoff atmosphere last night. It was electrifying over there. I mean, it was two good ball clubs really going at it. Veterans, I mean, they're a good club. I mean, they've won our region 5 years in a row, and our guys have, got a little salt in their mouth. They're like, it's time for a new champion, and that's one thing we've challenged them this year is, somebody's got to win this region. Why don't it be us?
Yeah.
So,
and how exciting that was, because following the team so far this year and, looking at struggling with hitting, struggling with field, and not making the play when you need to. Things just not gelling. You got to have both sides of the ball, so to speak.
Yes, sir. That's one thing we've talked to them about. We've done really good things in different games, but it's been different games. There's been different aspects of the game.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we challenged them. When we put everything together, where we're hitting like we're supposed to, pitching like we're supposed to, playing defense like we're supposed to, we're a really good baseball team. Yeah. And when they see that and finally realize, then we're gonna ride this thing as long as it can. But we got the tools. We got the tools to play well this year, and great leadership, man. I mean, our seniors this year are just more coaches on the field. I mean, we're blessed, very blessed.
Well, you've had them for a while.
I have. Bill Leroy, a catcher. Jared O'Neill playing third base for us. Jacob Clark playing second base for us. Jonathan Kelly, utility infielder. And then Eric Scott, who his goal is to set the school record for stolen bases this year, and he's on his way. Awesome. But these guys, they're a tight group, all 5 of them. I love them to death, and they are really taking this team to a new level. And I mean, you can see it when we practice. I mean, they lead by example, and that's what you got to have out of your seniors. Yeah. The other ones are going to follow suit. You out here being on time, being the first ones out, doing stretches right, throwing, doing things that need to be done, they're going to fall right in line. Right. But if you're not leading in the right way, well, you leading the wrong way. And they're going to lead that direction too.
Follow that.
Yeah. So as long as we stay the course and these guys lead this team like it needs to be led, God's going to do amazing stuff with this team this year. I really do.
That's so good to hear. And, at the end of last year, you looked at what you were losing, and you looked ahead, and you were encouraged.
I was. I very much.
Yeah.
And my top 4 pitchers, sophomore Nolan Daniel, junior Case Matthews, junior Caleb Christian, junior Slayton Marina. That's my top 4. Yeah. And my junior and the sophomore, they the ones that beat Veterans last night. And I had a little heart-to-heart with those guys, just the 4 of them, of what I expected out of each one. And each one of them have got very good elements that's better than some other ones, the next guy.
Sure.
So let's find out what we're good at, and let's improve. Let's get on that of what we're good at. Let's understand it, and when we're not doing good, pass the torch. All right, man, it's your turn.
Yeah.
And they're really feeding off each other.
And that's so good when a team can realize that, when young people can realize that, young and old alike, really, but diversity.
Right.
Your strengths are not my strengths, and vice versa. So.
I mean, I got 2 of them that are fireballers. I mean, they can sling it. They can run it up there pretty good.
Yeah.
And I got one his don't go. He don't throw nothing straight. Caleb Christian, everything he throws moves. I mean, it's just all over. And then Case Matthews, he's about a 3/4 guy. He don't throw as hard as the other ones, but he's got some nasty breaking stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's just so they all got different elements.
Sure.
For different teams. I mean, and it's just we're blessed. We really are blessed, and they're learning how to pitch, and they're starting to recognize too. And this one thing I saw with Slayton Marina when he pitched at Dublin. Yeah, we beat him 12-2, but Slayton didn't have his best stuff that night, and he knew it, and I knew it. But he battled and he pitched. And mentally, he grew leaps and bounds that night, just from just things that we've talked about of you got to stay focused. You got to understand, okay, tonight I don't have my fastball like I normally do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's rely on my changeup. Let's rely on my off-speed pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then he saw that early on, and just watching him grow from that was it was a blessing.
Yeah.
It really was.
Coach, that's incredible when you get to see a young person, a player, an athlete, realize stuff like that,
Yes, sir.
evaluate themselves, and process it. All the effort you put into him starts to come to fruition. You know, he's getting it now.
He does. And
Yeah.
Slayton, I
And-
know he's a junior, but he's another one that's just a tremendous leader.
Yeah.
I mean, we call him Reverend Slayton. I mean, he's the guy that prays for us. I mean,
Awesome.
Thursday mornings we have prayer breakfast up at McDonald's every Thursday morning with the ball team, and where we just letting God just. I told him, I said, guys, be sponges. Spiritually, just be sponges. Just taste God's word and just let it soak in and apply it to your lives. Not just in baseball, but, athletics, whatever else. I mean,
Academics, everything.
academics. Let his light shine through you.
Yeah, man.
Just be awesome young men for God. And in turn, I think God's blessing us here, baseball-wise, because of some decisions and choices and things that they're doing to glorify Him. And I'm so
Man,
thankful.
that is so good to hear. You know it is. You like to see that more than you do winning.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
winning will take care of itself.
Oh,
like you
absolutely.
said.
I told them, I said, guys, wins or losses going to take care of themselves. And we've had a tough schedule to begin with our non-region.
Right.
And I told them I'd do that on purpose, because I want us to be challenged when we're not focused, when we're not making the routine plays. I want the other team to hurt us. I want it to, because that's going to prepare us for what happened last night.
Right.
A lot of that happened last night was because we've been in those wars already this year. We've been in those battles where we had a lot of adversity and we persevered through it. So last night wasn't really uncommon for our guys, because I can't speak for veterans, but I know for our guys, they were prepared and they've prepared themselves, and I'm just thankful for it.
Coach, we'll take a short break and come back. We want to talk about the other players, maybe some about
Awesome.
the JV. We'll be right back after this, speaking with head coach for baseball, Brian Brown.
Hi, I'm Brian Millette with Game On Training.
Now, thanks to Game On Training in Dublin, you can train at a first-rate facility. With over 16,000 square feet of training space, Game On features the right equipment and a knowledgeable staff, giving serious athletes and recreational players everything they need to take their game to the next level. Game On offers individual and team packages. Monthly memberships are available and one-on-one lessons for ages 7 and up. Game On members have access to train 24/7, so don't miss out. Call or come by for the latest information and schedules, and remember,
Get your game on at Game On!
Game On also offers CrossFit DGA with owner Eric Bland. Get the best workout you've ever had with Eric and his staff. Join Game On's training today for excellent core strength and conditioning. And get your game on. All right, welcome you back again. We're at West Lawrence High School, and really, Coach, coming off the 3-1 victory over Veterans and beating a team that has, like you say, won the region 5 years in a row.
That's right.
That's incredible. Who's your starting lineup? Who was it for the Veterans game, or who's your main starting lineup, the kids that you
All right,
turned
last
into?
night, Caleb Christian was our leadoff hitter. He's our starting pitcher last night. And he pitched 4 strong innings, struck out 7, walked 2. I mean, just really kept the ball down, let his defense work. I mean, it was impressive last night. Case Matthews, Jr., he was a starting left fielder, bats in the 2-hole. And Caleb does his job and gets on. Case Matthews does an outstanding job of getting him over. He's the best bunter on our team, no doubt. And then not only bunting, but late in the game, he rips a double in right center gap. So,
Awesome.
It's just doing his job. And then in the 3-hole, our veteran catcher behind the plate, Bill Leroy. Bill is he's a game changer. He really is. He's got a rocket for an arm back there. Guys really don't run on him a whole lot. He's going to North Georgia to play next year.
Right.
But in that 3-hole, he's been very productive of driving guys in, getting sack flies and ripping balls in the gap and drawing walks. I mean, that's been a big thing that I've been impressed with is how patient we've been at the plate this year.
Don't you love to see that?
It is. It's really it's nice. 4-hole, Nolan Daniel. He plays first base for us, sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some major power, and it's been impressive watching him progress, from one year to the next. And man, I'm just so thankful. Not only this year, but we got 2 more years with him.
Right.
Then hitting in the 5 holes, Cullen Estep. Cullen's been our DH this year, and he's had some huge hits. Him and Bill's actually tied for the lead in RBIs on the team this year. So doing very well there. Then hitting in the 6 hole is Jared O'Neal. Jared O'Neal's been hitting in the 6 hole, playing third base for us, and he's been driving the ball and coming to life lately, and it's been really good. Hitting in the 7 hole, Guy Anderberg plays shortstop for us.
Mm-hmm.
Guy had a huge 2 RBI single last night at Veterans. We were up 1-0, bases loaded, 2 outs. Guy rips one to right field. 2 guys score, go up 3-0. So it was just huge. Just watching him, and he's a sophomore. Then hitting in the 8 hole is Jacob Clark. Jacob Clark's a senior, playing second base for us. Jacob's been playing good defensively, doing some things at the plate. Jonathan Kelly, him and Jonathan's been kind of 2 platooning at second. Kelly's another senior, and they've been battling out there, still battling. And that's the great thing is they're pushing each other, and they're making each other better. They're making each other elevate their game, and I've been real impressed with that. And then surprise of the year has been E.J. Holmes. E.J.'s our starting right fielder, hitting in the 9 hole. He's just been lights out. He's a freshman, and he's been very, very pleased. That was one of the positions we lost last year. Cameron Gibson graduating, and to have a 9th grader step up and fill that role makes you feel real good. And he's going through some growing pains, but that's expected. I mean, you going from playing middle school ball to varsity. I mean, that's. But,
it's a different league.
It's a different league.
Yeah.
McKinley Kemp, he's another 9th grader that's been playing a lot on varsity this year, especially when Case and Caleb pitch. McKinley, he's fast, and he can track him down out there in that outfield. So we've been real pleased with him. Nick Chamness. Nick Chamness plays some first base when Nolan pitches. So these guys that I'm calling, they're role players now, but boy, they have a huge part, of this team. And Nick Durden, he's been right now he's our backup third baseman, but he's been swinging the bat very well, and I've been real impressed with his work ethic and the way he's been working. Make sure I ain't left nobody out.
Right.
I talked about Eric Scott.
Yeah.
Eric Scott, he's our courtesy runner. He runs for Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I think last night he had a stolen base last night, so I think he's got 7 on the year.
Go, man.
Already 7 stolen bases in 9 games.
9 games, yeah.
And his record's 30. That's what D. Thomas set the record.
Yeah.
His senior year. So that's Eric. He said, Coach, I'm gonna get that stolen base record.
Good.
So, make sure. There's anybody else I'm missing here? Slade Marina. I know I talked to him about pitching wise. He's gonna be on the hill Friday night against Perry.
Yeah.
I know I talked about at the Dublin game, and after the Dublin game, he came in and pitched 1 inning against Jones, faced 3 batters, blew all 3 of them away. I mean, just really has gotten a lot more confident since that Dublin game.
Yeah.
And that's carried over to Jones.
Yeah.
And I said, carry it over into that first region game for you against Perry.
Right.
When you step on the hill. So I've been very pleased with these guys.
Yeah. Coach, it sounds like it really is coming together early for you.
It is.
You always want to peak at the right time, but it's okay to get good and stay good.
It is. It is. That's what we tell them. Well, you just want to stay humble. You want to keep improving and getting better, but you don't want to get cocky.
No.
Confidence is fine,
That's right.
but cockiness, and I tell
you'll
my guy all the
fall.
time, cockiness, when you start running your mouth about yourselves, oh, we good, oh, we good.
Yeah.
That's when God goes, I'm going to bring you
Yeah.
back down to earth,
Yeah.
you know, but that's what I preach to these guys all the time. Just be humble. Just be confident. You want to walk, you want to have a little air about yourself, but you ain't got to tell everybody.
That's right.
Let
They'll
your play
figure it
talk to
out.
you. Yeah,
That's
let
right.
your
Do
play
it on the
talk for you.
field. Coach, you got some good help out here again this year.
Man, I tell you, Jeremy Matthews and Jody Pollock, I love those two to death. And the three of us think alike. I might be the head coach, but these guys have a lot of input of what we do, decisions we make, and they've been fantastic. My family has been going through some difficult times the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, we found out my dad has stage 4 lung cancer. So he had his first round of chemotherapy yesterday. But Jeremy and Jody, I've had a couple of days where I went off to see him, spend some time
Sure.
because, they live 3 hours from here. So,
Yeah.
but
they're right there. Y'all all
they
on the
are.
same page.
They are. They
And
are.
the team doesn't miss anything. They don't
No,
miss a beat
not a bit.
because y'all been coaching long enough together,
Mm-hmm.
and they know your scheme of coaching. And like you say, y'all think y'all on the same page.
That's right.
In the hymn book.
So it's been very, very
Yeah.
nice.
Well, our thoughts and prayers, everyone, to you and your family
I
and your
appreciate it.
father, man. But it's all in the Lord's hands. We know that.
Absolutely.
Just have faith. But Coach, Friday is Perry.
Perry, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Last year they swept us.
Yeah, yeah.
And our boys have got that
Got
salt.
a
They said
bad
they had that taste in the mouth.
Yeah,
We got veterans last night.
yeah. Perry's
They're
next.
chomping at the bit for Perry. So
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can, folks, you want to go to the game, you can check the schedule online throughout the year. But if you want to see some good baseball, you head out and see the Raiders play.
if you want to get a good seat, we start at 6 o'clock Friday night. Come early.
Yeah.
Bring your loud noise shakers.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready to support
Enjoy.
this Raider baseball team.
Yeah, we look forward to coming back out next week, Coach.
Yes,
catch
sir.
up with you and see how everything turned out the next couple of games. Once again, support the Raiders baseball. And, if you see these kids out in the community, you hear their name, pat them on the back and encourage them. Tell them what a good job they're doing. That's what it's all about. Thanks for tuning in, TV 35. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you.